Ladies and gentlemen, earnings from Robinhood and Nvidia. We're going to go over the report and see how we feel about those two names reporting, technical levels with them as well. We're also going to watch the markets in general. We've been falling a bit recently. Are we going to bounce? And of course, we're going to talk about Tesla, which has their AI day tomorrow. I am Mark Melnick. This is the Newsbeat Show. Following Newsbeat Show has been brought to you by T3 Live. Also, if you enjoy what we do here, feel free to click the description in this link of this video for my free ebook, How to Overcome Psychological Toxicity in Your Trading. All right, so we're going to start off here with Robinhood right now. Stock closed at 49.80, trading down about 4.5 points. One of the most, and you could just see it just getting a little bit ground and pounded after hours. Not a lot of love here for Robinhood. A lot of people come to me and they basically come and they ask me, do I think all the apes are going to buy Robinhood? And I sit here and I find it kind of funny how people will call somebody on a Reddit forum like an ape, like basically the insinuation, like even though apes are the second most intelligent creatures on the planet in the monkey family. It's just kind of funny how they have this negative connotation like, oh, everybody will buy Robinhood and everybody will buy GameStop and everybody will buy AMC and everybody will buy all these Wall Street bet meme stocks. And I think Robinhood in itself, excuse me, is definitely one of those meme stocks. Let's go over just some of the raw numbers from what we've seen. And honestly, I'm probably going to end up defending it, but let's talk about it. Robinhood lost $2.16 a share. That compares to the consensus of a 15-cent loss. Here's the problem with the consensus. What analyst, literally this stock has been out for what? Less than a month. I mean, this stock IPO'd on July 29th. I mean, literally this stock has like 19 days in it, including Saturdays and Sundays. Like, where do you come up with these estimates? First of all, the estimates are all nonsense. So when you come out with an IPO and you start giving estimates for where the company is, taking a lot of things out of effect. Like, for example, the company just IPO'd. You have to hire people. You have to put up your office. You have to maybe make renovations. You have to do all these different types of deals that could have a negative effect on your earnings per share. So they really got crushed. They lost $2.16 per share when the Wall Street expected them to lose 15 cents. But that's not what I really want to focus on here on Robinhood. I want to really focus. Oh, and here's just a 5-minute chart after hours. You could just see how the stock is still beaten up moving. I want to focus on the revenue side. And the revenue side, they made 565.3 million. That is 44 million ahead approximately of the 521 million they made. They saw their monthly active users increase by 109%. I am telling you right now, these earnings were phenomenal. And I know you want to look at the earnings per share as the big red stain. This is a new company. It's a brand new company. They will have expenses. They will have to take on some debt. They will have some expenses. That's what happens with new companies. It happened with Google. It happened with Amazon. It happened with Apple. Nobody batted an eyelash when these companies did it. I'm not saying that I'm a Robinhood fan per se. I am not. I don't have anything for or against the company, but just trying to keep it a little honest and real with some irrational Wall Street expectations. And again, I'm not saying it shouldn't have gapped down on earnings, and I'm not saying it should be trading higher, but I just want to look at the raw numbers and get like a real feel for it. This is what people are underestimating here in Robinhood. Um, basically, Vlad Tenev, the CEO, said they're encouraged by the number of people who are accessing the financial system for the first time. And we're happy to expand access through products like commission-free crypto trading. And that is the key word here, commission-free crypto trading, because one of the biggest fears people, and I know how they make their money, they could change the prices a little and you pay different prices. So it's virtually commission-free. Like, I get that whole point. I'm not saying that there's no hidden cost involved, but let's just be honest. Let's just be perfectly honest here. Coinbase is a $64 billion company, COIN. You want to compare it to Coinbase right over here? $64 billion market cap on Coinbase. If you look at Hood, it's a $41 billion company. And after hours today, probably even less. So basically, you're dealing, Robinhood is about two-thirds the value of Coinbase. Now, I will tell you, Coinbase does charge money for crypto. Now, people, if you want to really talk about apes and you want to really degrade humanity to a sense of blind, almost like a blind sheep, just following the herd to the line, this is a perfect reason why I think Robinhood is going to take over Coinbase and cryptocurrency. I think cryptocurrency is confusing for a lot of people. I think people who have a Robinhood account easily like to pull up the app, can easily make a crypto trade. Dogecoin, believe it or not, Dogecoin was their number one most actively traded coin. I'm trying to look for the exact number. I think I read it was about 56% of the volume in their crypto was done through Dogecoin, which is quite phenomenal. So add in the fact that you could trade. I mean, what's wrong with Coinbase? You can't buy common stock. People like to conjoin shit together. This is what nobody is talking about. People like to bundle their home insurance, auto insurance, all the insurance together into one, as opposed to having three, four, five different companies. People like that stuff. These numbers are phenomenal. To me, I think you're looking at the number one trading cryptocurrency platform of the future. When it's not there yet, I get it. But I think you're looking at it right now. And nobody wants to talk about that. There's also another thing that nobody likes to talk about. They have this new IPO thing where they allow their customers access to not just their IPO, but other IPOs. So you could basically get into IPOs at the IPO price. You don't need a $25 million account at Morgan Stanley to be given preferential treatment. So these are all very big things with these IPOs. The IPO it's called IPO Access. It's one of their new systems that allows a normal John Doe trader with a smaller account have access to buying an IPO at an IPO price. You don't understand between the simpleness of buying cryptocurrency and the ability to buy IPOs, which normally takes a very large account at a major firm to get in, not all IPOs, but the hot IPOs, you're not going to have easy access to buy them at the IPO price. The fact that Robinhood gives access to these things is basically taking this company to the next level. And this to me is going to be one of those huge innovative companies. I could clearly see it's beaten up. I could give you some technicals on it. I mean, I'm not, super crazy about the technicals right now on it. I mean, it's a relatively new stock. It's hard to do deep analysis. You got some support at $45.49. I could clearly see just some descending support. I could clearly see you're below that. And, further down, you have some support down by 44.11. Again, I think you're looking at the cryptocurrency platform of the future. I think this company's numbers were extremely underrated. And again, whether they gapped up or down was not really relevant to me. I think you're going to continue to see phenomenal growth in this company simply because it's easy to use in the perception of commission-free trading. Moving on along to Nvidia, they also reported tonight. Nice little $4.50 gap up at the moment as we speak. You could just see the stock first flushed after hours to 185 and then bounced, up to 196.50 and now it's just by 195. They announced $1.04 per share. That beats the street estimate of $1.02. 6.51 billion in revenue. That's ahead of the 6.33 billion in revenue. And they're basically talking about their advanced graphics, their scientific computing, and AI. And do not underestimate artificial intelligence, ladies and gentlemen. Not in terms of the way people think of AI, like you're going to have robots and they're going to be fighting on the field or flipping burgers and, you know, doing your autopilot in your car. I mean, it is going to be a massive, massive industry. And it's very clear that Nvidia is a leader and will remain a leader for a long time for me. In terms of next quarter in revenue, they said 6.8 billion they're expecting for next quarter, plus or minus 2% versus 6.53. So if you do the plus or minus 2%, you get 6.6 something billion in the lower column, which is ahead of the 6.53 billion expected. They continue to say that gaming demand exceeds supply. They say 50,000 creators downloaded Omniverse since it's open beta. That's going to help them, develop more games and, do all these things. And they're expanding so well, this company, that the numbers they're putting out is phenomenal. Obviously, the stock has had a split recently. The recent down move on the daily chart, especially over the past few days. I mean, literally on Monday, this stock was $202.87. So you had a nice little approximately 2% drop over the past few days. But I'll tell you right now, this stock is absolutely, did I say 2%? My apologies. You had closer to a closer to a 5-6% drop. Excuse me there. But their gaming revenue is at 3.06 billion. It's up 85% year over year. Gaming continues to be a big thing, whether people are going to be using augmented reality gaming, whether they're going to be using computer gaming, whether they're using crypto mining machines that use Nvidia, whether they're using artificial intelligence. I mean, this company is positioned for the future. I want to talk a little bit about the ARM deal for Nvidia. They say that their $40 billion ARM deal is going to take a little longer than expected. That's supposed to really connect everything through the company and really help propel them to the next level. It's a deal that they were fighting with European regulators to go through. When they say that it's taking longer than initially thought, it makes me think that it's still going through. So that's still a very bullish thing for Nvidia. Again, I think the earnings were, I don't want to say phenomenal. I want to say very good. The truth is, I like Robinhood earnings more, and Robinhood is clearly gapped down while Nvidia is, gapped up about 4.5 points or so at the moment. So I definitely want to point out that I think both companies had really great earnings. Really nice to get them out of the way. I think Robinhood should be very proud. I don't know how analysts are going to interpret these numbers tomorrow. But if they start bashing them, oh, they lost $2 and whatever per share versus the 15 cents expected. If you're going to highlight that, I mean, you're going to look real dumb. Because I will tell you right now, if you take any company that is new, take any company 3 months or less old, and look at their earnings per share, they pretty much all, unless you're like some small no-name biotech who doesn't have revenue anyway, you pretty much always miss like 100% of the time. It's crazy. I mean, I've been looking at these markets 22 years. You pretty much miss every single time. Has it been 22 years? More than 22 years. Shit. It's been a while. But these Robinhood earnings are phenomenal. I think you're looking at the largest crypto trading platform in the United States of America right now. I know we're not there. I get it. We're not there yet, but you're looking at it. I think you're looking at the largest crypto trading platform on the planet. And if people have money and they want to quickly open up an account, they don't want to have the negative perception of commissions, they're going to open up a Robinhood account way faster than they open up a Coinbase account. And if you're telling me that Coinbase is worth 50% more than Robinhood right now, which it is, and probably even more after it gaps down tomorrow and opens up lower. If you're saying that Coinbase is worth 50% more than Robinhood, which it is, it's really not an opinion. I think you're I think you're crazy because Robinhood is going to take this company's lunch. Robinhood is going to take this lunch now. Granted, Coinbase is global. I don't see many issues with Robinhood trying to expand through different countries, but I'll tell you right now, um, Coinbase should be crapping themselves because Coinbase should really try to adopt a model like Robinhood. People don't like to pay commissions, and their cryptocurrency side of their business has been the most explosive part. And people like conjoining everything together. You want to hold your stocks, you want to hold your IPOs, you want to hold your mutual funds, you want to hold your this, your that, your this, your that. It's a one-stop shop with Robinhood. So just want to point that out. Moving on along, I want to talk a little about the markets here because the markets have been falling and just figured I'd give you guys a little bit of a sort of a technical take on everything and what's really been happening with the market. So what I want to do today is I'm going to show you a very simple moving average. I'm going to make it an exponential 21 moving average. And I just want to show you what happens on this very funny moving average. So this, I know I have a lot of lines drawn here, but just try to focus if you can on this blue line. This is a daily chart of the spiders. And what I'm highlighting here is that we closed below this blue line for the first time in quite a bit ever since here. We closed below the exponential 21. Not only that, if you look at the Qs for the first time in a while, we also closed below this blue line for the first time, below the exponential 21. What I'm going to do on the Qs and spiders, I'm just going to show you what has happened in the past. A lot of times these things are indicative for the future, sometimes they're not, but I just want to show you what happened last time we closed below the 21. So we're going to come back here. This is the last time we closed below the 21, right over here on July 19th. And you can see the spiders had just an awesome rally to all-time highs. Okay, that's once. Right over here is the time before that, June 3rd, where you closed below the 21 on the triple Qs. And look at that. You rallied like an animal. Right over here, you could argue after getting back above, you closed below and you rallied. I'm looking for something a little more dramatic. Right over here on May 4th, you closed below. You ended up going higher, but then you closed below again and then got a little choppy before bouncing. But for the most part recently in the Qs, and we'll go over to the spiders, when you close below this 21, most of the time you've rallied recently. And that's the point I'm making. On the spiders, last time you closed below the 21, before today, that is, of course, was on July 19th, and you could just see the spiders with a really just an awesome rally. Time before that, if you could see down here, where you closed below this blue line, was right over here on June 18th, and you could see again an awesome rally. This blue line is an exponential 21 moving average. It's not a big secret. Right over here, you closed below the 21 on May 18th. You had one dip day followed by a bounce, and then you rallied and never looked back. So just saying with the spiders and the Qs and the world coming to an end, obviously, because we're having a down move in the market, don't get too worried. I think it's going to end up being a buying opportunity. It always has been. It always is. Question is when and where. That's what it really comes down to. So I'm looking at this pullback in the market as healthy. There's not enough volume for me to say, okay, that's it. And I know, guarantee you, tomorrow you're going to see some bears on CNBC. And, the bears always come out of the cave at night when the market has a little bit of a dip and they share their 2 cents. And, that's fine. I can respect that. I would love a major correction, only to be able to buy back into it and make new all-time highs. Here's the bottom line. Fundamentally, we're continuing to print trillions of dollars. The more willing the United States of America is to print that money, I think the easier time the market's going to continue to rally. So just keep in mind that, like, even if you look at the spiders, where we closed today at 439.18, the all-time high is 447.11. I mean, we literally were at all-time highs this Monday. So again, it's not the biggest deal in the world. We'll see how the market, moves from here. Last but not least, I want to talk about Tesla AI Day. I want to talk a little about Tesla AI Day and what could you expect. They had their autonomy day a couple years back where they made predictions of the future of autonomous vehicles. We know with Tesla, there's been a lot of controversy lately with the DOJ probe into, the autopilot not functioning as well as people did, but or as well as Tesla hoped for, rather. The sole goal, according to Elon Musk, tomorrow on AI Day is to persuade experts in robotics and AI to come work at Tesla. So they're trying to recruit talent. It's definitely a company that doesn't have the issues recruiting talent. They definitely have a high turnover rate. People always trying to design their own chips and softwares, but Tesla definitely, in my opinion, has the most talented team in the world. It's going to be very interesting. The stock rally today. It's going to be very interesting tomorrow to see how this stock really wants to act. I think the AI day starts after hours, so you're not going to see it like, for example, live through the trading day. But today's high 695.77 in Tesla. I think that's going to be key level to break, and I know I have all my lines and technicals here, but 695.77 would be today's high. See if you could get through there, see what happens on this AI day. I'll tell you this, Elon Musk is going to want to make a big deal out of this. You're probably going to hear some very sci-fi futuristic things coming out of Tesla, and it's exciting. It's exciting. Tesla, despite not being one of the names that were able to really move back to the all-time high of $900.40, which was made back in early January, late January this year. It'll be very interesting to see how this stock wants to continue to try to move to, through AI days. It can have that move through the key psychological $700 level again. Again, Monday it was 709.50. You're definitely getting a lot of volatility in Tesla. Name that we love to trade here in the Newsbeat live room, name that we're always all over. So it'll be very interesting to see what Tesla wants to do as well. So we're in a market where, just an overall wrap up, you have companies like Robinhood and Nvidia, who I think are performing amazing. I thought both earnings were phenomenal. I think if you read in between the lines of the Robinhood earnings, you're looking at the biggest cryptocurrency broker in the United States of America. And I don't think it's getting enough credit for that. And you don't really need crypto to continue going up forever to have them succeed at this. I mean, if Dogecoin goes down to 20 cents and then back up to 25 cents, you're going to have enough people opening up accounts making bets. And that's how I see it. And it's a very easy thing for people to consolidate all their stuff. I don't think a lot of I don't think most Americans, it's funny how when it comes to Robinhood, people will say, oh, all the apes are going to buy it because they just love Robinhood for Robinhood and they don't care about anything else. But nobody is talking about the apes that don't want to deal with crypto commissions. Nobody's talking about the apes that want to worry about transferring their coins to their own personal wallets. Nobody wants to worry about that shit. People really don't care. People are not afraid of crypto regulation. I mean, the word crypto literally stands for the word, I think it's Greek for decentralized almost, right? Like crypto means decentralized, meaning there's no government involvement. I don't think people really give a shit about government involvement with crypto. I mean, what are people going to do? All right, so I have Dogecoin or Bitcoin. Congratulations. I'll sell it. I'll pay taxes on it. I don't think people really care. Um, about using crypto for illicit purposes. Like people talk about all these big drug deals going down with crypto. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, I don't know anybody who's doing a big drug deal with cryptocurrency. The people I know who have crypto are happy to see it in their little account and really don't give a shit who knows they own it or not. So I thought the Robinhood earnings were subliminally phenomenal. I think the next, you look at the biggest uh, crypto broker in the United States of America, in my opinion, with Robinhood. And Nvidia earnings were phenomenal. That should be an interesting look tomorrow. You have Tesla AI day after hours tomorrow, so that'll be interesting to watch throughout the day. And I think this market move to the downside is just going to end up being a buy the dip scenario. And that's my 2 cents on it. I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's video. Throw a thumbs up if you want to share some love. And hope you guys have a wonderful day of trading. Happy trading, make money. I'll see you guys tomorrow on the Newsbeat.